Hello and welcome. So, if you're a physician, or maybe you're on that long journey to becoming one, have you ever thought about a career that, well, doesn't have borders? Today, we're diving into a guide on how you can take your incredible medical expertise onto the world stage.
I mean, we all know it, right? Doctors are the absolute bedrock of any healthcare system. That ability to diagnose, to treat, to care for people, that's a skill needed everywhere. And it's that universal need that really opens up a whole world of possibilities.
But here's a question for you. What if the community you serve wasn't just in your city or your state, but was international? What if your skills could literally cross oceans and make a difference on a global scale?
And that's exactly what we're going to explore today. We're going to look at the global demand for your skills, we'll map out the top places to go, and figure out the pathways to build a medical career that's truly international. And just to give you a little taste of the scale we're talking about, get a load of this number. That is the average annual salary for a doctor in one of the world's most lucrative markets. You're going to want to stick around because we'll reveal exactly where that is.
So, let's start with the big idea, a doctor's global calling. Why are these opportunities even out there? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful fact. The world desperately needs medical professionals right now.
So what's behind this massive demand? It's really a perfect storm of global trends. You've got aging populations pretty much everywhere needing more care, you have a rise in chronic diseases, and then you have all these new medical technologies that require specialized skills. And to deal with all this, a lot of countries are actually changing their immigration policies to attract top medical talent, just like you.
But you know, to become that kind of in-demand professional that countries are literally competing for, you need a rock-solid foundation. So let's talk about what that journey actually looks like, the path to practice. This path is a true marathon, not a sprint. It all starts with a bachelor's degree. Then you're diving into 4 really tough years of medical school to get that MD or DO. But you're not done. The journey just keeps going with another 3 to 7 years of hands-on residency training. We're talking a decade, maybe even more, of pure dedication before you're fully qualified. It's a huge commitment.
But here's the thing. All that technical knowledge is only half the battle. What truly separates a good doctor from a great one are these skills right here. That sharp diagnostic reasoning, the ability to communicate clearly, and that deep well of empathy and ethical judgment that guides every single decision. These are the qualities that really make a healer.
All right, so you've put in all that work, you've sharpened your skills. Now for the really fun part, top countries and salaries. Let's take a look at where on this planet your expertise is valued the most. And the winner is the United Arab Emirates, leading the pack with a jaw-dropping average salary of $408,000. Right behind are the United States and Singapore, also offering some seriously competitive pay. I mean, this chart just says it all, doesn't it? The financial rewards of a global medical career can be immense. Kicking off our little world tour in the United States. The demand here is massive, driven by a huge, diverse population and a really advanced healthcare sector. This means you not only get to work with cutting-edge tech, but you also have some of the highest earning potentials, especially if you're a specialist. We're talking salaries well over $400,000. Now let's head north to Canada, where we find a totally different kind of appeal. The universal healthcare system means there's always a steady demand for doctors, but the culture also really values a good work-life balance. That makes it a super attractive spot for physicians who want a fulfilling career and a great personal life. Over in the United Kingdom, it's all about the National Health Service, or the NHS. It's the heart of their healthcare. This public system creates a really stable and consistent demand for doctors. Plus, it's a major hub for medical innovation, which means there are tons of opportunities if you're passionate about research and academic medicine. And our final stop is Australia, a country famous for its incredible quality of life. And yeah, the salaries are competitive, but there's also a huge need for general practitioners, family doctors, especially outside the big cities. This makes it a perfect landing spot for primary care docs who want to make a real impact on a community. Okay, so you've picked out your dream destination. Amazing! But how do you actually get there? Well, that brings us to our next crucial section, your immigration pathway. One of the most common ways in is something called a skilled worker program. Basically, this is where countries just roll out the red carpet for professionals in fields they really need, and that means medicine. A lot of times, they'll use a points-based system, giving you points for things like your education, your experience, and your language skills. This table gives you a fantastic snapshot. You can see how the US uses specialized visas, while places like Canada and Australia are all about those points-based systems. And in Europe, Germany's EU Blue Card is a major route. The big takeaway here, you've really got to tailor your immigration plan to the specific country you're aiming for.
Now, this is a big one, so please listen closely. No matter where you decide to go, you can't just show up and start practicing medicine. Getting your license and board certification in your new home country is an absolute must. It's a non-negotiable, 100% required step in this process.
Okay, let's pull all of this together as we wrap things up in our final section, Your Career, Your World.
To really summarize the opportunity in front of you, this quote just nails it. It says the career outlook for physicians around the world remains exceptionally strong. What does that mean for you? It means long-term stability, job security, and a list of options for your career that just keeps on growing.
So we'll leave you with this final thought. We've seen the demand, we've explored the destinations, we've looked at the pathways. The world is out there, and it's waiting for your skills. The only question left is, where are you going to make your impact? The future is totally in your hands. Thanks for joining us.